Hello everyone! Today we are going to solve word problems involving linear equations, particularly uniform motion problems. So when we say uniform motion problems, it means that the speed of an object does not change. So, ibig sabihin, for example, we have a train with a constant speed of 24 miles per hour. Ibig sabihin, the train is moving in uniform motion. Kasi all throughout the traveled time of the train, yun lang yung speed niya. Okay, so for this type of problems, we will consider that all the vehicles use moves at a constant speed. That's why they are all in uniform motion. And then, i-eliminate na rin natin yung ibang factors dito, kagaya ng traffic for cars and other um, vehicles. O yun, i-eliminate natin yung factor na may mga ganon. The solution of a uniform motion problem is based on the equation d is equal to r times t, where d is the distance traveled, r is the rate or the speed, and t is the time spent traveling. Ito yung gagamitin nating formula in finding the distance traveled of the vehicle with uniform motion. Strategy for solving, so we write a numerical or algebraic expression for the rate, time spent, and distance traveled. And then we determine the relationship between the distance, rate, and the time. Let's have some examples. Mr. Jose runs his car at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour and Mr. Cruz at 76 kilometers per hour. They started at the same place at 5 a.m. and took the opposite directions. What time were they 204 kilometers apart? Represent muna natin. We have Mr. Jose and Mr. Cruz. So yun yung ilalagay natin sa table. It will be easier for us to use a table to represent all our given para mas madali nating makita yung gagamitin natin for the working equation. Based on the problem, ang rate ni Mr. Jose is 60 kilometers per hour and then si Mr. Cruz 76 kilometers per hour. So 5 a.m. daw sila umalis ng bahay. So we don't know kung what time sila 204 kilometers per hour. So represent natin yung time. Ngayon, yung time that it took for Mr. Jose to travel should be the same as the time spent for Mr. Cruz. Pareho lang x yun. And then, yung distance traveled, multiply lang natin. 60 times x, 76x for Mr. Cruz. So, ang question, what time were they 204 kilometers apart? Ibig sabihin, we need to get the distance traveled by both individuals and then get the sum. Para it should be equal to 204 kilometers dahil yun yung tinatanong sa question. So, we add and then solve na natin. So, it should be 136 equal to 204. Divide both sides by 136. Answer is 3 over 2 or 1.5 hours. Ngayon, ang tanong, what time? Okay, so umalis daw sila ng 5 a.m. and at after 1.5 hours, they are already 204 kilometers apart. So, ibig sabihin, kung 5 a.m. sila umalis, mag-a-add tayo ng 1.5 hours doon sa 5 a.m. So, to answer the question, Mr. Jose and Mr. Cruz will be 204 kilometers apart at 6:30 a.m. Next example. A car and a bus set out at 3 p.m. at the same point, headed in the same direction. Average speed of the car is 30 miles per hour, less than twice the average speed of the bus. At 5 p.m., the car is 30 miles ahead of the bus. Find the rate of the car. Represent muna natin. So, doon sa una, the average speed of the car is 30 mph, less than twice the average speed of the bus. So, we have car and bus. Yung bus, let us represent using a variable x, and then yung car, ang speed daw ng car is 30 mph, less than twice. So, it will be equal to 2x minus 30. Okay. At 5 p.m., the car is 30 miles ahead of the bus. So, yung time na kukunin natin will be at 5 p.m. Pero hindi naman natin ilalagay doon na 5 p.m. Nakalagay dito sa question, they left from the same point at 3 p.m. So, dun sa pagdating ng 5 p.m., naka 2 hours na sila. So, 2 yung ilalagay nating time sa pareho. Okay? So, yung distance traveled is equal to 2 times 2x minus 30 and 2x. Okay. So, at 5 p.m. daw, 30 miles ahead of the bus na yung car. Yung working equation natin will be the 30 miles ahead na daw yung car eh. So, it will be equal to yung distance traveled of the car will be equal to the distance traveled by the bus plus 30. Yan yung working equation natin. Okay, let us solve. Distribute yung 2. So, that's 4x minus 60. 2x plus 30. Lahat ng variable, let's place on one side and all the constant on the other side. Magiging 2x equal to 90, x is equal to 45. Okay. Ang question is, find the rate of the car. Itong 45, that is the rate of the bus. Solve natin yung rate ng car. 2 times 45 minus 30, 60. The rate of the car is 60 miles per hour. Okay? So, kung gusto nyo naman i-check kung tama yung answer nyo, pwede nyo naman na, yun nga, i-substitute yung answer or go back to the question. Okay? So, kung ang rate ng car is 60 miles per hour, ibig sabihin, after 2 hours, naka 120 miles na siya. Kung yung rate naman ng bus is 45, it means after 2 hours, naka 90 miles na siya. Okay? So, yung difference ba ng 90 and 60 is 30. Yes. Ibig sabihin, tama yung na-solve natin. Next example. Passenger train leaves a train station 1 hour after the cargo train left the same station. Cargo train is traveling 15 miles per hour slower than the passenger train. Find the rate of each train if the passenger train overtakes the cargo train after 3 hours. Represent muna natin. Okay, so we have the cargo train and the passenger train. Passenger train, ang represent natin using a variable x. Yung cargo train, 15 miles per hour slower. We subtract 15 dun sa representation ng rate ng passenger train. Okay. The train overtakes the cargo train after 3 hours. So, 3 yung time. 3, tapos 4 yung cargo train. Bakit 4? Kasi, according to the question, the passenger train leaves the train station 1 hour after the cargo train. So, nauna yung passenger train, nauna yung cargo train ng 1 hour. Okay? And then, after 3 hours, na-overtake na daw ng passenger train yung cargo train. Ibig sabihin, itong 3 hours na to, naging pareho na yung distance traveled nung dalawa, nung passenger at saka nung cargo. Kaya ma-overtake na siya kasi naging pareho na yung distance nila. Okay? So, kung 3 hours yung passenger train, 3 hours after nung tumakbo yung passenger train, tsaka siya na-overtake. Yung cargo train, 4 hours na yung tinatakbo niya, yung spent na time because the cargo train left the station 1 hour. The passenger train left the station 1 hour after ng cargo train. No, so, nauna yung cargo train, kaya 4. Okay, distance traveled, multiply lang yung rate and time. Okay, and then, yun nga, the passenger train overtakes the cargo train, ibig sabihin, naging pareho na yung distance traveled nila. At dahil mas mabilis yung passenger train, ma-overtake niya na. So, i-equate natin yung distance traveled of the two. 4 times quantity x minus 15 is equal to 3x. Solve, distribute, solve for x. So, ang question ay find the rate of each train. So, yung passenger train travels at a rate of 60 miles per hour while the cargo train travels at 45 miles per hour. Okay, let's have another example. Lucille sets out her horse from their ranch at an average speed of 24 kilometers per hour. Her husband left the ranch by his car 2 hours later and went in the same direction at an average speed of 72 kilometers per hour. How long will it take her husband to overtake her? Okay, overtake uli. Ibig sabihin, magiging pareho yung distance nila. Represent muna natin. We have Lucille and her husband. Ang speed daw ni Lucille, 24 kilometers per hour. Si husband, which is using his car, is 72 kilometers per hour. Okay. Husband left the ranch by his car 2 hours later. Ngayon, ang tinatanong, how long? Hindi natin alam yung time. Okay, so, yung time ni husband, represent natin using a variable, let's use M, and then, yung time ni Lucille will be M plus 2. Kasi nga, nauna siyang umalis ng 2 hours before her husband. So, M plus 2. And then, to get the distance, multiply lang. How long will it take her husband to overtake her? Ibig sabihin, i-equate lang uli natin yung distance. Okay. And then, solve. M is equal to 1. It means, after 1 hour of traveling, yung husband niya was already able to overtake her. Okay? Basta for this type of problems, ang importante lang, you represent the rate or the speed, the time traveled, and the distance traveled. Yung distance, multiply nyo lang yung rate and time. Okay? And then, relate all the variables or the given in the problem to find your working equation and then solve and answer the question. Okay? So, that's the end of our discussion. Thank you for watching. Bye!